Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I am so excited to bring you this episode today because I'm going to be completely transparent. It hasn't always been my strong suit, but I'm here. I'm here to train you on it, talk about it, give you some info, insight, and anything that you can do to increase your consistency in your social media strategy. So if you are just joining us, October for this podcast is all about creating a simple, successful social media marketing strategy for your business. And the last episode, it's actually episode 6, if you go back to find it, is all about creating a strategy. We talked about why are you using the platforms you're using? Who is your target audience on those platforms? What's your brand message you're looking to push on those platforms? What content works best on those platforms? And how can you create that content that is unique to stop the scroll? Now, today is all about consistency. So posting consistency depends upon the platform, right? Facebook's gotten to where it's kind of pointless to post multiple times a day unless you have built your audience to look for that. But the majority of people, if you post twice per day, you're only really going to see success on one of those posts. And we're talking about on your actual feed at this point. Of course, reels are different. Inside your private groups are different. But TikTok, Instagram, when you're posting reels, people are actually posting 2 to 3 times a day to get that growth. So one, none of it is a blanket statement or a blanket fix, I should say. You need to find what works for you. But if you are actively building upon social media, I highly recommend you looking into short video content, posting at least twice per day. Feed posts, once per day is sufficient. Now, the goal here is if you're not posting at all, pick at least one and do that every day. Stay consistent. So let's talk about what you need to do no matter your business size, no matter the platform you're using, and good rules of thumb, okay? So make sure you've got a pen and paper or you save and download this episode so you can go back to reference it later on. So tying into your social media strategy, creating a content calendar for each platform is a really good way to keep track of things. Okay, so this is going to be your tip here. You need some kind of content strategy and a way to track that. The calendar will lay out what kind of content to post over a long period. So personally, for myself and my social media marketing agency clients, I usually plan a month at a time. Now, this does not mean that I've got every single picture I need, but I know exactly what's going into each place. There's a strategy, a thought process behind it. And let's say, for instance, I know on October 31st, I'm going to post a picture of my children in their costume, right? I know that already. I mean, what mama doesn't, right? But I don't have a picture of my kids in their costume yet, so I can't plan that. However, on my content calendar, I've got a name of the post. So let's say trick or treat. And then I might have my caption already planned out. And then I've got a little red. I personally use Trello. Highly recommend. You can find some free Trello boards in my show notes, actually, that will help you out. But I will have a little red label on it. That's like, okay, the caption's done, but I'm going to need a picture here. So I save a lot of time because even though I don't have that photo yet, I know exactly what I'm posting. I've got the caption. I just need to snap the picture. I throw it in Lightroom, put a preset on my phone, and in 5 minutes, I've got my post up. Whereas if I wouldn't have even had anything planned for that day, it would have been that whole, oh, I didn't post anything yet today. I don't know what to post today, all of that. So my calendar is laid out. I talk all about branding strategy inside my private social media marketing Facebook community. It's called Socially Ausome Entrepreneurs. And I talk all about your branding buckets, which really helps you create a month's worth of content. But regardless of your business size and what platform you're using, be conscious of keeping a couple things consistent, okay? So this is where we go into more about your content consistency. Your posting consistency is super important. Do not misunderstand that, okay? You definitely want to post once per day if you're in that growth phase, at least at a minimum, okay? One platform, one post a day, you can do it. I believe in you. But there's a couple other things you need to be consistent with. Number one is your brand image. You need to make sure that what you're portraying in your photos, what you're portraying in your logo, what colors, what fonts you're using, it's all very cohesive. And if you don't know exactly what I'm talking about having a brand kit, go back and listen to episodes 1 through 5. The entire month of September was dedicated to teaching you how to build a brand kit. So that's super important. You can reference those. Your brand message. This is going to be what you're speaking to your ideal client, to your ideal avatar. What is the message that your brand speaks? What is the voice of your brand? What is the tone of your brand? You need to know that. And again, you can find all of that information back in September's episodes. Your frequency, this is what we just talked about. So staying consistent, I post at least once per day. I really personally have upped my short video content game here and done 2 to 3 short video content pieces per day. Now I'm focused right now on growth. So I'm focused on quantity versus quality. And I know that sounds crazy, but some of these short videos don't have to have crazy transitions. They don't have to take hours to create just to get your message out there. They just need to be catchy. So make sure that you are posting frequently at the same rate. So don't ghost for a month and then be like, back on social media to build my business again. If you're gonna take a leave, that's okay. Let your audience know, hey, look, I need a mental break. I'm taking a month off. Be transparent with your audience and let them know when and what they can expect from you. Lastly is hashtags. So be consistent with your hashtags because you should post. It changes regularly. All different gurus have different ideas. It used to be use all 30. Now it's 11 to 15. But pick 5 or 6 of your staple hashtags and use those consistently so that you show up regularly on those hashtags, okay? And if your business is just getting started on social media, then you really need to focus on picking your staple platform. So, okay, I'm going to focus on Facebook and I'm just going to get 1 post up a day. You don't want to stretch yourself so thin and be really overwhelmed by all the different platforms because eventually once you get really good and you've dedicated to posting good content on 1 to 2 platforms, you will be able to really streamline repurposing because now I can take a Facebook Live and turn it into a podcast, a YouTube video, a blog. I could take captions from it and just snap a photo. I can take 1 Facebook Live and turn it into about 10 pieces of content. And if you want to know how to create hero content, you need to be in my group, Socially Awesome Entrepreneurs, because that is my upcoming training next week on how to make 1 piece of content turn into 10. Hey y'all, Elise Smith here and welcome to the Socially Awesome Podcast, where we empower mompreneurs to implement simple social media strategies into their businesses and elevate their online presence. I'm a mompreneur of 3, an affiliate marketer, a network marketer, an influencer, a social media marketing agency owner, and your personal guru. I am here to give you tips, tricks, and tools that you need to build your social media business. Let's dive in. Hey, thank you so much for listening to today's episode. I'm Elise Smith, your host, and let me tell you how you can get a free social media audit from me. Make sure that your profile is optimized and you're ready to build. Take a screenshot of you listening to this episode, throw it in your stories and tag me. You can find my handle in the show notes. I will share it to my entire audience and you will be entered to win one of the 5 free audits that I'll be doing every single month. Number 2, if you found any value out of this episode or any of my episodes at all, please feel free to leave a review. It is the best compliment you can give. Lastly, make sure you check out the link to get into my free community, Socially Awesome Entrepreneurs. It's in the show notes. We go live in there weekly with guest trainings and more. Until next time, make it simple, make it social, and make it awesome.